I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
What's happening, everybody? We're back. It is season 2, episode 2 of the Mad Titan Podcast. Jay Washington, and that was your cue to jump in.
Oh, I get to introduce myself now?
Yeah, I'm giving you a little bit of leeway.
That's what's up, man. It's your boy, B to the C. What's popping, everybody? We back, Mad Titan Podcast, baby. Let's do it.
I regret
this. Aren't you so happy to have me here? Isn't life just better when you get to hear my voice on a more regular basis?
You know, I don't do hard drugs, right? I only use marijuana edibles to go to sleep, and when I'm really anxious,
the happy ones.
But I feel like in this moment with that statement, cocaine is probably viable. Cocaine is probably viable right there. Trying to get that booger sugar.
Sounds about right. Jay, what's popping, brother?
Man, it's been a very, very busy week. Very good week. My first episode, debuted on American Gigolo, so that was dope, man. I think it's just the streaming people who had to see it, and like I think the way it airs on network is tonight, so people who will watch it tonight on regular Showtime will see it.
So it streams first?
It streams first.
Oh, that's interesting. That's dope as hell.
So yeah, so people have seen that. So a lot of love has been coming from that, man. The introduction of the character. Like I said, I'm there in episode 2. I'll be back next episode 3, and then I'll let y'all know where I'm at after episode 3 because I'm back in another episode. So yes, I'm a recurring character in the show, but the love been from it, man, has been amazing, bro. I can't even lie. It's surreal, to be honest. I watched myself. I put the episode on my TV, and just to watch myself on TV, like I've seen myself on TV in commercials, and I've even watched myself in movies. You know, and now to watch myself in a TV show as a recurring character, not just a pop in, pop out, is a crazy thing, bro. So, you know, that's been great. A lot of dope things, a lot of dope auditions for things to do. So I'm, you know, just keeping busy as always, man. What about you?
Shit, man. You know me. I'm one. So happy for you. This is absolutely awesome to see. And what I love even more is seeing everybody sharing it on Instagram, people who have seen it and stuff. I love just seeing it pop up, and it was really making me happy. But yeah, it's dope to see, brother. Man, I'm good. I had a long weekend myself. I literally just got back from Austin. I went to see
Joe Rogan,
the Longhorns, and the
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. I went to see the Longhorns and my old alma mater, UTSA, the Roadrunners, meep, play out, slug it out on the gridiron, man, and that was one hell of a game.
Your alma, I forgot you actually went to school once in your life. Okay, cool.
I did, yeah, man. UTSA. It was a lot of fun. I drank a lot.
You drank, huh?
Yeah, little bits. I had rules. I had rules in college where you don't go to school on Tuesdays. All right.
Okay.
Because you just had the weekend. You go to school on Monday, then you need a break. All right. So no class on Tuesdays. All right. You can go to class on Wednesday. You don't go on Thursday because that's college night. You got to go out. All right. And then you don't go to class on Friday because, well, it's Friday. You just got back from college night. You ain't going to class. Come on now. Okay. You also could not go to class if it was over 100 degrees. And you couldn't go to class if it was raining because who wants to walk in those temperatures?
Those were okay. Yeah.
So as you see, I made it through 3 semesters of college.
Man, if that shit. But listen, also thank you to everybody, man, who's been showing a lot of love on us bringing this back. A lot of people have been sharing it on Twitter, Instagram, everything. People showing love to me from having this asshole along with me. Thank you for the private. I've been getting private messages, bro, about you. You know, some people actually like you in life. So whenever you think don't nobody,
it's because I'm great.
It's because you're what?
I'm great. I'm like the greatest thing to
Okay,
ever.
so for those who are new to this podcast, what we do here is get caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, which means I'm gonna say some shit. And if you get in your feelings, guess what that means? Fuck your feelings. Because I'm not changing how I do this show for you. I'm not gonna be like, well, some people might be sensitive if you say that about this character. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not like, if I'm saying something, if it hurts your feelings, it's because you didn't listen to my rationale and reasoning. And that doesn't mean that I'm right. It means that I have an opinion on it, which I am entitled to. Now, are some opinions right and wrong? Absolutely. Some people's opinions are wrong because they are not based in fact, they're based in emotion. My opinions will always be based in fact. So therefore, that's what that is. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna be ratchet. I'm gonna be ratchet, but let's get into, because I always kick shit off with Marvel news, and this is gonna make me ratchet. Because when I saw this, when I typed this shit, I was highly fucking upset. Morbius at the time of me typing this was number 2 on Netflix. You horrible fucking people. Why would you do this? You've heard people say it's terrible. You motherfuckers was like, no, I don't think it's really that. Oh, it really is that bad. And you watched the whole thing.
I can't fathom how it is number 2. It's a fucking disgrace. All right. It should be number 1, bro. Okay. Everyone needs to be going out and rewatching more.
What?
Dude, it's Morbin time, my dude. Everyone wants to get on the hype train.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What did your dumb ass say it?
This movie has developed a cult following. It has literally developed a cult following. And people are, remember, the cult following and the trolling got it put back in theaters because Sony really believed that people wanted to go see Morbius again. Morbius made $37 in
the re-release.
$37.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, they putting Morbius back in. That's fucking ballsy. WB won't put out Batgirl, but you're gonna put Morbius in theaters.
But you realize why Sony. They put Morbius back in theaters
because of the joke.
Twitter sent them off.
And I was legit about to go, you know what? That's ballsy, Sony. I'll buy a ticket and go. But I didn't have time, and I didn't want to make time. So
who's making time? There's nothing to make time about. But again, I feel this way about Morbius, like I feel about Venom. There's some people I know who unfortunately like Venom and who are in love with Venom and who think the movie is a superstar movie. And I also will say this because I will challenge some of my own shit I've said before. I've said this statement. I felt like Venom is a garbage movie. And it's garbage in terms for me of what superhero films have come to be. Because Venom doesn't fall in that. Venom takes you back to the 90s, early 2000 realms of superhero movies. Fair. Okay? So that's for me why I don't like it. But I also said this statement, and I've been saying this to people a lot, and people going to understand this because a lot of people don't seem to get this part. Garbage movies do not make $1 billion.
Facts.
Garbage movies do not. I don't give a fuck how you feel personally. That includes me feeling like I feel about Venom. Garbage movies cannot make $1 billion. Why is that? Because a lot of y'all don't seem to understand how much $1 billion actually is, number one. Number two, in order to hit $1 billion, you have to have multiple repeat viewers, right?
Yeah.
I said that about Captain Marvel. People keep being like, Captain Marvel's trash. Captain Marvel can't be trash. You just didn't like it because you didn't like what Brie Larson said, or you don't like Brie Larson. But it can't be a garbage movie because a garbage movie will never make $1 billion under no circumstances. So with Morbius, now Morbius for sure ain't hitting that number. But again, now they are starting to accept the box office numbers for what they are, because I think we're kind of saying we're post-pandemic box office, even though we're still technically in a pandemic, even though we're acting as though we're in the endemic stages. But whatever. So now the box office is reflecting that. But Morbius is, by all accounts, a bomb, but it becomes a cult classic. It's just weird.
It is. It's really weird. And, I always joke about Venom. And I'm going to say this one time only, and then I'm never going to repeat it again. But yeah, Venom is not a fantastic film. Like you're saying, it's not great by any means of today's superhero films, but I do just find it to be fun. Like you said, a 90s superhero movie.
Mhm.
It's just fun. And sometimes
Also, I just want
love
you to know
those.
real quick. I want to cut you off real quick to tell you this. You said you'll never say it again. Oh, bitch, I'm clipping this out. So there you go. I'm not going to even wait to surprise. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm clipping that part out. Just so we have an understanding.
But Morbius was fun in a complete different way. It's fun as in, wow, this is really bad, and you actually thought you could release this movie. Like, you made this and supported it. How?
Because Jared
That's
Leto's an
how that
Academy
was
Award
fun.
winner.
I
That's
know,
how.
but
No, that's it.
I'm just like, it's absolute fun. It's not good, but it's so bad that it's funny.
So I think that's what it's become with Morbius.
Yes.
Because it's so bad, people like say, like, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? And you watch it again. And
Yeah.
I think that's what it's become. Now, don't get me wrong.
And then we make it this meme, we make it a pop culture starter thing.
Yes, we
and
did.
then it goes to streaming and people go, oh, well, let me go see what the fun is about it.
Yep.
So now more people are watching it.
That is exactly
And
what the fuck
you
happened.
got morons that are in this atmosphere like us that do these YouTube things. They're probably doing streaming things of it, and videos because they think it's going to give them views and that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna need you to watch your tone when you talk about me in this YouTube space. Okay, look, you are listening to this podcast on various podcast platforms where you can hear these things. You might be at work, you might be listening to it via YouTube, but I will say this. I do this shit because I'm good with what I do. I talk about the shit I know I'm talking about. Also,
Yeah.
I'm not making no motherfucking screen. Y'all would have, let me tell you something. To do a screening of fan viewing screening of Morbius and fucking Twilight, I would have to have a $600 donation at the minimum. Somebody would have to say, Jay, here's $600. And then I would bullshit you not, set it up. I would set up a stream like this and we fucking do it. And I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna watch it all the way through. I'm not gonna I'm gonna watch it and take notes. Be like, they want me to talk about this movie. I would do that, but it's not happening. So
I just think that's all it is why it's actually getting put out there is because of the fact that, we made it a pop culture meme and now it's free on Netflix. So people are going to go and let's check it out. It is funny as hell though, but shit like that.
Something that might not be funny to some people, but it was kind of scary when you saw it on the freaking run sheet. You got nervous. Don Cheadle, who is the star of the upcoming Marvel Studios Disney Plus series Armor Wars, has confirmed that at the time of beginning work on Armor Wars, he is no longer under contract with Marvel Studios. Now, before everybody go, oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck happened? You got to hear what happened. So, Don Cheadle signed a 6-picture contract that meant he would play Rhodey in Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. And since then, he made an Emmy-nominated cameo in Falcon and Winter Soldier and is going to be seen next to Secret Invasion. Beyond that, Cheadle also has Armor Wars, a series which is expected to put focus primarily on War Machine. But he's confirmed he is now working without any contract. This is what he said in a video to Variety at D23, quote, I'm done with my contracted years in the MCU. So now it's just like if something sounds fun and I'm presented with it, let's go. What that means is he doesn't have to be in certain projects. He can choose to do what he wants. And because they love him so much, they're going to want to keep him around. He also said that Armor Wars will remain faithful to the comic book. He said, quote, if you know anything about the lore and if you read the comic books, you understand that it's a series that was built around Tony Stark's tech getting out and Rhodey taking it on to get this tech back from the bad hands and the bad actors whose hands it is. It's in. I would encourage you all to find, or if you have Disney Plus, go look at the old Iron Man cartoon. There is an Armor Wars section where you will see the different people who may likely show up with different variations of the armor in this series. But also, Don Cheadle has given us 6 films, right? 2 cameos and a series. If he wants to step aside, he can. I said this with Chris Evans. I said this with Robert Downey Jr. I've even said it with Chris Hemsworth. They have put their time in, right? They've given us more than enough. Also, y'all got to remember when Don Cheadle got the role, he was offered and they was like, bro, it's 6 movies, 10 years. You want it, you got 30 minutes to answer. He was at his kid's birthday party, nigga. He couldn't enjoy the cake and ice cream. And he had to make a decision about his life for the next 10 years. Now, granted, that decision became a very lucrative decision, as we know. But your thoughts?
Number one, I did not know that there was an Armor Wars saga in the Iron Man show.
Yes.
And now I'm kind of excited to go and check that out.
Yes.
So thank you for that, bro.
Yes,
Number
bitch.
2, I don't know why I saw that in the run sheet and I was like, what? What happened with Don Cheadle today? And I click on it and I go look. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank God. That did scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, because again, we got to remember some people are signed to
yes.
long contracts and some aren't.
Yeah, and you know, it sounds to me like now he kind of got that Legends contract. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'll come in and do some things when it sounds fun, when you need me. And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, when Marvel calls and says, yo, you want to come do this? He's going to go, oh, that sounds fun. Let's do it. You know?
Especially if it's not really taxing.
Exactly. Like that's the kind of thing they need. They need these people, the connective tissue that have, like you're saying, put in their time, but motherfuckers still come back when you need him to connect him in, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, he's kind of retired now, but hey, there's something that he might know about this. Let's go check with, you know, shit like that. Fun to see. I'm in. Hey. I like it. And like you said, he put in his fucking time. What more do you want?
Yeah, you can't ask for anything more but the time that he's put into this project. And again,
and he has killed it too. You got to say, like, I don't know what the character would have been like if Terrence Howard had stuck around, but
Tony, hey man, I got put on armor, man.
Need a cooling system, man.
Hey man, it's hot in this suit, man. My perm, man. Hey man, if you see that big purple bitch, man. That big purple bitch got 5 bitches with him, man. Hey, Tony, man. Hey, where these bitches on the plane, man?
I do really want him to show up as a fucking variant somewhere.
No, after this fucking, oh my God, I don't want to see Terrence Howard at anything. Because there's a video of Terrence Howard at some school, I think in Uganda, talking about using like hydrogen and the way he talks. And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just like, even if it's real, if it's legit, coming out of Terrence Howard's mouth sounds terrible. I don't give a shit how legitimate the science is. It's coming out of the mouth of Terrence.
And so we have to understand that these elements are in the world, and the science, it brings us to use of hydrogen molecules.
Nigga, I don't want to hear science sounding like it's crying. I don't need this in my life.
Oh, fuck that. I'll go back to school if Terrence Howard's gonna teach, man.
Hello, students. Look, man, sit down, man. Sit down, man. We're gonna learn today, man. Man, you're gonna learn about the stars, man. Now, I was a star back in the day. You're like, shut the fuck
up. Oh, that's fucking nuts. Okay. What were we talking about?
I don't even remember. But Don Cheadle, yeah. So let's move on.
Oh, yeah.
To the next subject. So speaking of, again, we're still got Marvel Studios news. Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out, and we found out, as we talked about it last week, is going to lead right into Ant-Man, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, right? Well, we were wondering who was going to write and direct this movie. The writer has been found. It is the man who is writing Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Jeff Loveness. Now, this is dope because he's also written episodes of Rick and Morty. So just so you know, this Kang Dynasty movie is going to be bananas, but also it lets you know that the theme of Kang Dynasty will be similar to that, maybe even more. Because again, I don't think I don't think Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is going to be as funny as all of the previous two have been.
Okay, yeah, I think that because it doesn't
I think you're gonna
sound
get the
like it
humor.
won't.
I think you're gonna get the humor, but it's not gonna be as funny, as comedic all the way through.
Yeah, I think there's going to be much more of a deeper tone with this one, and I think it really is going to be the emotional crutch of this phase going into the Avengers, or going into the rest of the Avengers movies, and we're going to see where Kang's getting through and how we're using him. And I'm okay. I got to see Avengers. I got to see Quantumania before I make a decision on if I like the writer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Daniel Destin Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, is directing this movie. I think this is in perfect hands.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think the director, great choice. I just, sometimes I'll look at the Marvel goes, okay, that was a basic story. Especially with the Ant-Man movies, they have been kind of basic stories, but that's been okay. It's what those movies have needed.
Well, I don't even want to say basic stories. And yes, I say this with a lot of things in Marvel Studios. So those who listen to the podcast, I run in my mouth on this. And yes, these movies mainly they're plot devices.
Yeah.
Ant-Man's whole plot device is to set up the quantum realm. Mm-hmm. To be able to have Ant-Man's whole plot device is to be the vehicle to give you the Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's the vehicle for the Fantastic Four. That's it.
Which is if you think about it, it's really kind of fun because like you look at Endgame, he's the vehicle that gets us back in time.
No, he's not the shit. Don't do that. You're gonna get that motherfucking rat his props. Because if the rat
look, respect Splinter. I respect Splinter.
If the rat don't run over that keyboard, the world never gets fixed. If it never runs over the console in the van, the world never gets fixed. Because they don't even remember, it takes the rat opening up the quantum realm for Scott to come out to go to the Avengers campus to put the idea of hacking time with the quantum realm.
Yeah.
If the rat don't do this, if them rat traps in that facility work, nigga, the world is dead. The world is gone, bro. Oh, I'm drinking. I just want to say to y'all who listening, BC might laugh at me and judge me.
Oh God, I'm so glad you're bringing it up before I could, man. Sitting there drinking that fucking piss.
I'm drinking a White Claw now. This is a pineapple White Claw. Okay,
so it tastes like a pineapple pissed in it.
That is disturbing. I don't like your analogy. I just was thirsty and wanted to just quench my thirst because we doing this, and then it's gonna probably lead me right into the Bears game. But anyway.
You're gonna need it.
So look, Cretton is also who's directing this movie. He's also going to executive produce the live action Wonder Man series.
Oh,
which everybody was like, you might as well give it to Leonardo DiCaprio at this point, so he can just get young chicks. That was
okay. So I kept seeing that shit pop up, and I'm like, what's going on? And I finally started looking it up. I go, oh my God, someone made a chart. It's fucking crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. All right. So we talked about last week. We know what Captain America 4 is titled, Captain America New World Order, right? Now, here's the problem. It was met by a shrug because Shira Haas is going to play Sabra in the movie. Now, if you do not know who Sabra is an Israeli police officer turned Mossad agent. Now, why? Because Jewish Israelis have positively responded with the movie, loving it. And then Palestinians have called it Captain Apartheid hashtag. There are things that happen in the world, the violence that goes between Israel and Palestine. I cannot speak in depth to it. I know that has been an ongoing thing for so long. But this character has been around too. And they may change something about it. I don't know if they're going to use her. I doubt they would have her be the exact way she is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. My problem is I don't even know the character, so I don't know how to feel on the topic of it, of who, so that's kind of over my head. But I like the inclusion of, once again, another more obscure character that we can have more of another type of heritage to. But
So this is how it goes.
Yeah.
So people have accused Marvel Studios of Zionist propaganda, claiming they're ignoring Israel's occupation of Palestinian territory in 1967. While to Israeli Jews, Sabra means a person born in Israel. It is also the name of a refugee camp in Lebanon where a Christian militia massacred hundreds of Palestinians while Israeli troops stood by 4 decades ago. Now, Marvel Studios did respond, just like I said earlier, by making it clear the hero will be updated for a modern audience.
Okay.
This is part of their statement, quote, while our characters and stories are inspired by the comics, they are always freshly imagined for the screen and today's audience. And the filmmakers are taking a new approach with the character Sabra, who was first introduced in the comics over 40 years ago. So the thing about her having a Star David around her neck, things like that won't happen. Again, I go back. I'll bring this over into an opposing universe in the CW. In the Arrowverse, when they introduced Isis and did not call her Isis, in Legends of Tomorrow, because at the time Isis was a big thing as a terrorist cell. They did not call her Isis. I don't even know if they're gonna call her Isis in Black Adam.
Oh, yeah.
So to sit there and just go, I understand the emotion of the history of cultures and things like that. I get that. As someone who is Black, who has been through things where his family members, friends, et cetera, and culture in America have been tried to be exterminated. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But also remember, things are updated for that reason. I don't see Marvel Studios being that blind and oblivious to bringing a character in and just like, no, we're gonna do it just like this.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen Marvel do it yet, that they haven't handled a situation very well with these kind of characters and stuff. Like, have you? I don't.
Bro, they finally addressed the Mandarin situation so flawlessly.
Exactly.
In Shang-Chi was like, when they had Wenwu say, they took a dude to try to make him a terror cell and named him after an orange. Tried to take my legacy. Like, named him after chicken. And it was like, that is
perfect. And it was perfect.
Because you making fun of it too. Mm-hmm. So again, I understand the anger, the angst that can come out because of the ongoing conflict. I do get that. But again, for them to say, listen, we are going to modernize it. We are taking into consideration what has happened on both sides in that situation, how both feel. It is a hero to one, it is not to the other. We understand this. And so from that, we will, bring forth a modernization of the character. Also, I have to reiterate this again. This is probably going to be a running thing every episode. So BC and I are streaming together, right? We can see each other. Now, while I'm streaming, I'm also looking at my shoulders and my lats. And I would like to say, damn, my traps. Damn,
yo, traps are popping, bro.
Damn, my traps are good.
Like legit, you out here almost Goldberging. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Trapzilla.
Trapzilla in the house.
Let me tell you real quick what happened. So my homeboy had his bachelor party last night. Not going to say his name. Not going to put his business out. We go to his bachelor party. It was at this bar that is also like a strip club in downtown LA. I really don't care that much for strip clubs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can ground them, whatever. I'm not going to throw out that much money. I support women. I support the arts, but I also support my bank account. Now, so there was one dancer. She was kind of dope. She kept dancing on me. You know what I'm saying? I think I dropped about 80 on her in singles because I budgeted for that. Okay, I budgeted to send that. Good budget. She was trying to come up, right? And she grabbed my legs by my calves and in my thigh, and she was shocked. She was like, "Oh my God, these are rock solid." Because she saw my top half and I had on my joggers. And so she thought she's like, I expected your legs to either be real skinny or jiggly. She was like, I didn't expect this. She was shocked. She was like, and you're not even flexing them. I was like, you goddamn right. We don't skip leg day around these parts, okay? We don't skip leg day around the parts.
My man Jay out there.
She was like, she literally, her whole persona changed. She was like, that literally just turned me on. She was like, I don't think you understand. Like, how much that literally just turned me on to the fact that like.
So basically, what you're telling me here is you pulled the stripper.
We got numbers exchanged.
Okay, that's all I need. Okay,
I just wanted to say, I mean, sometimes you got to let her appreciate what you do.
And so that relates to Captain America and NWO.
How? No way, because I just started no way at all. I just started off with my traps in the shoulders.
I was gonna try and weave it in, but I couldn't see it anywhere.
There's no fucking correlation. You know this shit happens, okay? I'm the most random ass nigga ever. Kraven the Hunter is moved to late 2023, while this fucked up movie that is Madam Web is happening in 2024.
I love the fucking plot.
You said you love the plot?
It sounds so stupid. It's gonna be great.
Hold on. Let me see, because I haven't read the plot of either.
Oh my god, it's Spider-Man Terminator.
For what? Kraven?
The plot is Terminator Spider-Man. That's basically what it is.
So Kraven the Hunter opens October 6, 2023, Halloween movie. Okay. And Madam Web is going basically Valentine's Day, February 16th, which means they're going to make this shit a fucking love story. Now,
yep.
It's probably a safe bet that Venom is getting 2024, July 12, 2024. And they're currently plotting a spot for the fourth Spider-Man movie. Now, the Thunderbolts already has July 26, 2024. So they say it's more than unlikely that Spider-Man is coming in so close, right? And especially with the fact that Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars are in 2025. Hold on, I gotta send me a link in the private chat because I want to see. No, I'll Google it. I gotta see because I just know.
I'll tell you right now what it is.
Go ahead.
Well, number one on
Kraven the Hunter. What's the plot of it?
Oh, Kraven. No, I don't have the plot of Kraven. I got the plot of Madam Web, brother.
Tell me the plot for Madam Web.
The plot of Madam Web is these spider people have to go back in time to stop someone from murdering Ben Parker. Peter's parents before they get together. Someone's trying to kill Spider-Man by killing his parents before they get together. So we're going to Terminator it.
They say the film will be an origin story of the clairvoyant whose psychic abilities allow her to see within the spider world. Okay, that's one. Okay, I'm looking at different things. I swear for God, if this... Hold on. What?
I'm telling you. Because apparently, Richard, there's someone already playing Ben Parker too. He's in it.
Okay. So everything I'm seeing has been like so I don't know if you got a Reddit leak, but everything I'm seeing is they're going with the younger version of her too.
Yes.
Which explains why they got Dakota Johnson. I was like, I guess, but I don't give a fuck. Nobody, who cares about a young Madam Web? Nobody. But okay, all right, cool.
Look, and with the all the dates shifting, all right, cool. They're probably gonna shift again. I no longer give a
nigga.
fuck.
Mike Epps is in this movie.
Yeah. Dog. This is going to be.
What the fuck is going on?
It's gonna be epic.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Either way, epically bad or epically great. Yes.
Ain't no fucking way, dog. Ain't no fuck it.
Right?
Emotional, damn it.
Like they already got for Kraven the Hunter because it's in post-production.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Ariana DeBose is Calypso, Christopher Abbott, Alessandro Nivola, Russell Crowe, which is really fucking weird to me now because this nigga is Zeus. What the fuck is Zeus?
Variants, brother. Variants.
What the fuck is Zeus doing in a Kraven the Hunter movie? What? How are you going to justify this? And yes, variants sound like the only thing that work, But still, all I know is he is not. So this is what made me mad about freaking Craven. It's not a dude who wants to go hunting and has come across a magical serum that gives his ass extra abilities and he's hunting the biggest game. That's not this. It's something completely different, which I'm like, yo, and I guess it's because Marvel has this rule of thumb where if you won't give us the properties back, you can't do certain storylines.
Oh,
That's why Days of Future Past was changed in the Fox X-Men. Think about it. Yeah.
So wait, but how can they say how can they say that though? Like how can Marvel be like, no, you can't do that? Like,
look, all
that's
praise
just that some of that contract shit we don't understand.
Contractual shit. But again, I don't know if that's fully the case there, but oh my God, I don't want to see a Terminator to save Ben Park. We have to save Ben Parker so Ben Parker dies. What? Because if Ben Parker does, if he's allowed to live, he will die later and Spider-Man will be born. That sounds so terrible.
I'm in shock with it, man.
Marvel Studios also has announced they have a new untitled Marvel movie that was originally scheduled to come out February 16th, 2024, which is now being moved to 9/6/2024. Many people think it's Deadpool 3.
I could see that from the original release date because the first Deadpool was a Valentine's Day. Did they do set the second Deadpool?
Yeah, I think it was too.
In February.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that idea. I don't know if they're ready to mention it or bring it up or announce it. That seems close.
Well, we officially know that Deadpool, Wolverine, Cyclops, Nova, and Ghost Rider exist in the MCU. How?
The shoes.
The shoes in the credits of She-Hulk episode 5. If you didn't see this episode, by the way, spoiler alert, and by the way, go take yourself over to my YouTube channel and go watch the review. But you had Pug played by Josh Scaro, who is fucking hilarious to me.
So good, man.
Him and Ginger Gonzaga together are amazing. Everybody's like, give me a Pug and Nikki spinoff for the show.
Yes.
Right? They are trying. Yo, Pug tells Nikki, I need you to come with me to a sneaker release. She was like, why? It's like, yo, the Iron Man 3's dropped. Oh, the Iron Man 3's, bro. When I tell you my soul was tickled, okay? The Iron Man
loved
3,
it.
Dude. And then they go to try to find a spot to get Jennifer some new clothes, and meet it and get hooked up with this dude from the dude Alonzo the Drip Broker, get hooked up with the dude who's like Etna from The Incredibles. Luke is come through and he ain't about the bullshit. Like he's like, I don't have time for you. My full review is on the episode of my review channel.
Yeah, I got you.
Did you see the Fat Thor armor?
No, I didn't notice that.
You didn't pay attention to the one that had the belly?
No,
it didn't have color.
Oh my
in it.
God, you're right.
It had a belly.
That's hilarious.
Everybody was like, some people were like, what? That's the Fat Thor. Because what other superhero have we seen with a gut?
Yep. That's hilarious, man. Dude, I look, this episode, this one and the last one both kind of felt like fillers to me. But it's such a fun fucking show.
Yes, please, bearded white man, tell me why it's a filler.
Well, it to me, it didn't really push anything narrative-wise in the story.
I bullshit with BC. I know BC is not that type of person. Just sort of let me preface that. But go ahead.
It just there was nothing pushing the main narrative of the story. We got some good character development, we got some fun in there, but there was nothing on the main narrative. Like the last we left off was them coming after her blood, and we still don't know who that was.
But here's my thing. But that's the thing with this show. It is different.
Yes, it is.
It is
And that's
literally
what I
about.
love about it.
No, I hear you, bro. The
Yeah.
thing is, this is every episode is a day in the life of Jennifer Walters. That's really just what the fuck it is. Because also to watch her have to bring all the dudes she went on a date with to justify who she's She-Hulk. And when the one dude who she slept with, when Miss Cook said was like, "Yo, would you have dated her if she presented herself as Jennifer Walters?" And he was like, "Nah, she not my type." And to watch Jennifer be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
To watch She-Hulk be hurt because regardless of being a Hulk, she's a fucking person.
Exactly.
That hurt because that isn't just women. Men go through that too.
Yeah.
If you're not presenting as the persona they met you as, they want you to be, they don't appeal to you. There are some women who will not talk to the regular Jay Washington. He has to be the urban gladiator in the ring. He has to be the nerd dude. The regular Jay Washington is not appealing because it's not that level. And that shit hurts.
Mm-hmm. Bro, this show is so fucking smart, and it sends everything out so well. It's just incredibly entertaining. It hits you in all the right feels, and it's not beating you over the head with it. It's presenting everything in a well-told story. And
Bro,
that's what's so great about this shit.
Yeah, and I agree, bro. Also, I agree 100,000% with you. People like the dudes are still like, "Oh, I don't want to hear about all this." This is what women go through daily.
Yeah.
And like the shows in the 90s talked about it, but they weren't allowed to go in depth as to how much misogyny and sexism they dealt with. That is why it was not ever prevalent as high as it is. You know what I'm saying? Because women in the 90s were going through it like worse before. Bro, people don't remember, like some people don't remember hearing the stories of how terrible it was for women at work before HR, sexual harassment training, and things like that were introduced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a woman, like I said last week, a woman who has to work her whole job as an alter ego when she just wants to be appreciated as herself. As her fucking self. Jamila Jamil as fucking Titania. I told everybody that is the MCU's Kim Kardashian.
Yo, G mode. She is on point.
She is the MCU's Kim Kardashian. Another thing I love about this fucking show is that they will change the title card in a minute.
Bro, that shit was lit.
She-Hulk by Titania. I was like, yo. But overall, with this, you say you felt like it was filler. We know after seeing
that's all it is. I would have liked like something in there to give us maybe another hint of where, or like the Wrecking Crew again, or maybe they try again, or they're watching it or something. Just be like, okay, there's our main storyline again. It's in there. You know, but that's a nitpicky bullshit thing. Like, you know, does it really matter? No, it's still a fun fucking episode.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's everyone. I've been along. I guess for me, I didn't expect 9 episodes of bang bang, shoot 'em up, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
right? I never expected
I expected a little bit more fighting, and I didn't even notice until someone pointed out there hasn't been like a major fight, other than basically her versus Hulk,
and her versus Titania, a little small amount in the first episode.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice that. I've been so entertained that I didn't even notice that.
But that's a good, because again, remember, she doesn't want to be that.
Yeah.
She's not trying to go out looking for it.
Exactly.
You know, Bruce was like, you got responsibilities. And she was like, fuck your responsibilities.
Yeah, I got responsibility to go back and be a lawyer, finish my life.
And she's trying to get laid. Like,
Facts.
Look, I understand there are dudes who want to, this is talking to all the fellas that listen, because I know there are a lot of women that listen to us too. And women, I love all my female listeners because you all keep me on my toes. I'll say that. There are dudes who want to have sex with bodybuilder women, muscular women, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I've seen women who are smaller than muscular women and just as strong.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I am talking physically, but I also am talking mentally and emotionally.
Exactly.
I think this show, for me, what I get out this show is it should be used, even though it's a superhero show.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people should use it to examine themselves and life in general. And I say that because, again, we're watching. What better way to make men who act like they don't want to hear about all the trials and tribulations that women deal with in the workplace than in the form that they're stuck sitting in front of now? Because remember, we said this last week, bro. It's so many motherfuckers consistently complaining week after week after week, but you still watching.
Facts. I fucking hate that shit. Look, here's my problem, man. Look, if you don't like it, cool,
Stop
man.
fucking watching.
Don't
Stop watching.
fucking watch.
Stop watching. Stop watching. If you don't like it, don't watch. Because I know for a fact, I don't give a fuck what it is. I know for a fact, if I don't like something and do not want to watch it, I am not going to watch it. Look, hate watching is a thing, but when you're hate watching, you're still watching. I don't have that page. I have too much of a life to sit there and hate watch some shit weekly.
Facts. Dude, that shit makes me so. I got a buddy, man. He has hated every single Star Wars movie ever. But when a new one comes out, he goes and watches it and then complains to me about how bad it is. And I'm like, dog, why are you watching these movies? These aren't for you. Obviously. You
clearly have established it's not for you. But you sitting there trying, you want a reason to be mad.
Yeah.
And again, I think also when it comes to Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, all these other fantasy things, sci-fi, superhero, people have to remember fan bases change generationally. They are not about always appeasing old fan bases. They are about building new ones. And you can sit there and say, well, I grew up on this. Yes, that's true. But there is a generation above us who grew up on certain shit that changed to appease to us. And so on and so forth. Westerns used to be the dominant form of movies. And that changed. People who used to love seeing all Westerns don't see that anymore because my generation came along and we got other type of films, other action films. So this new generation that they are making these different changes to, from Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Marvel, DC, etc., it is to bring that newer generation in. Yeah, I know some people say, well, I can spend money too. Yes, I get it. We all get you're gonna spend money too, but your money spending has a shelf life.
I'm about to say, but your days are numbered. Your days are numbered.
Your days are numbered as far as how much you're gonna spend.
My next generation, I gotta start growing with them now.
I gotta grow with them.
That's why WWE hit. That's why WWF grew so much, because they grew with their audience with that Attitude Era. You know, they grew up with them. And then there was a point where they went, all right, cool, let's reset. And they went back and they started getting a younger audience again.
They went to the drawing board, and just like everything else that has never left us, The Simpsons, SNL, et cetera, despite what anybody want to say, SNL is still on the air. No matter how bad of a cast they might have had, they never went off the air, just like the WWE never went anywhere, just like Marvel will never go anywhere. They will they'll find that groove again, and boom. Now, people are saying they lost their groove. I don't believe the MCU has lost its groove, but that is just me personally. But when you have shit like this, it knows what it's doing. There is a generation of fucking kids that are watching every single one of these. And guess what? A 9-year-old has at least 15 more years to invest in this. You at 42, 45 are not going to be invested for 15 more years in this.
Yep.
Unless you have to. Now, if people will say, well, Jay, what about you? Unless I am on a major TV film project working consistently and I cannot do this and I cannot do reviews, they know I won't have the time. But if God willing, I'm still able to do this as a passion project, then I still will be invested in it because I like doing it. I like going to watch them.
For me, like, these movies it's for entertainment. It's an escape. For me, it's an escape from the mundaneness outside sometimes. You just want to go and watch this and have fun and enjoy the stories. And then I want to come home and talk to my motherfucking boy Jay about it. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the fucking story.
And if you're not, again, you don't have to like every goddamn thing.
Find the next
story.
Find
something else. Find a different story. Because I know everybody's sitting and watching and waiting for what's coming up next episode, because we saw the Daredevil helmet. We now know officially how he gets the new Daredevil suit. It's not Melvin from fucking the
I do want to know, though, and someone brought this up to me the other day. She-Hulk takes place in L.A.?
Mm-hmm.
What's Matt doing in L.A.?
He's a lawyer.
I know, but he was a small-time lawyer. What's he doing
Murdoch.
in LA? I'm interested to see what the story is that brings him to LA.
Over. But also, people bring lawyers all over. People bring lawyers from everywhere. That cover of a lawyer is easy. Now,
but if you the Hell's Kitchen superhero, why are you gonna take your suit out to LA?
Is he the only one? Remember,
I don't know.
According to at the time, we don't know if they fully exist in the MCU as of yet, but there are 3.
They do still.
Okay, but there's at least one other superhero in Hell's Kitchen. Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
So but
what I'm just saying is
if Daredevil's gone for a moment, Jessica Jones.
What I'm saying is that if you're gonna take the suit and Daredevil shows up the same time you show up to LA,
but nobody's paying attention to the two of them like that.
I'm just saying.
Matt Murdock looks like
all I'm saying is I'm excited for the story. Why is he there?
People use this logic. That is how Bruce Wayne and Batman can appear a lot of places because Bruce Wayne looks like the average fucking white dude.
Oh, that's true.
So does Matt Murdock. The only difference is he has red glasses.
You know what else though? I just saw his interview from D23, and I love Daredevil. I love the show, but I've never heard his actual accent.
His real British?
He did not know he's fucking British, dude.
That's why I can barely get a lot of. Let me tell you something. Shouts out to all those actors who listen to this who be like, "What the fuck?" You find out somebody British. You're like, "Yo, they're amazing at what they do. They're phenomenal at what they do." But then you hear the real accent and you like, "Motherfucker." So Charlie Cox, here's the thing. I think Matt Murdock could appear, but again, remember, Daredevil doesn't have to appear in the suit either.
True.
Because he can wear the black.
Oh, yeah.
So he's established 2 different things with Daredevil.
Yeah.
He's established Daredevil in all black and Daredevil in the suit. And like I said, he don't have Melvin anymore to make the suit according to this universe. He now has Luke, who clearly is gonna make everybody shit.
Yeah.
And he ain't with the shits.
And remember, me, I'm real big on the canonization of the Netflix shows. So I saw people, there were like reports that, this proves that this is a totally different Daredevil because Melvin makes his suits. And I was like, y'all motherfuckers don't even watch. Melvin went to jail.
Yeah, Melvin got hell of arrested.
Yeah.
Melvin got hell of arrested.
While on probation.
The nigga attacked the police.
Daredevil got to get a new suit maker. Like,
Melvin attacked the police. He was like you said, he was on probation with a super suit on. Okay, with his own super suit on. He went to jail. Okay, that nigga's in the raft. Okay, they don't know he's not in regular jail. He threw stars and shit at the police. He is in jail. There's always a superhero tailor. Also, I just want to know who the fuck is making this dope ass superhero fabric though? Like, you can make the suits, right? But the fabric, you need the material. What silkworm is out here? You sitting there making a silkworm with a 9mm shell and was like, I need you to, I'm gonna lose train of thought. Constantine, let's go to DC News.
Let's go to DC News.
This is some shit I never thought was happening.
Dude, this thing, I could not believe that. I was like,
a Constantine sequel is officially in the works with Keanu Reeves and the original director, Francis Lawrence, set to return. And it is going to be written by Akiva Goldsman. Goldsman. What the fuck?
I know exactly what happened with this. You seen the interview, right?
With Keanu?
Yeah, where someone was like, hey, if you could do one of your other characters again, who would it be? And Keanu was like, I'd love to do John Constantine again. Guaranteed. WB saw that and goes, oh shit, get that going right now. We get
Keanu
back.
That, though.
Get
Now,
that. Let's get it.
Now, again, it's the love of Keanu that helps this to go forward, right?
Mhm.
The Keanu Sans of him and Always Be My Maybe, John Wick, being Evil Knievel, all the shit he's been doing in Toy Story
I
4.
forgot his Evil Knievel was so good.
His Evil Knievel.
You know what else was dope? His fucking Batman in DC League
his
of
Batman. So everything he's done, in fucking DC's Legends of Super Pets. So everything Keanu's done has been like people are loving him. So that's what helps to bring this back. Cool. But the problem is this has officially canceled the Matt Constantine series that J.J. Abrams was supposed to be bringing to HBO Max.
No.
Yes. But you got to remember, this is one thing that Warner Brothers Discovery is now doing that leaves a little bit of room for hope. They are selling properties off to other streamers if they want to pick it up and produce it to have the title. So who knows? Constantine could be a Netflix joint. Constantine could be a Hulu joint.
Okay.
I doubt it'd be Hulu because it's officially Disney now. But
is it officially Disney? I didn't see the final.
Hulu is officially Disney, bro.
No, I thought there's a bidding war going on now with Universal or some shit. I saw that the other day.
No, that's
okay.
Universal and Peak. That's Universal and some other shit, like some other Warner Brothers shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something else.
I didn't actually go into the story. I just saw the
yeah.
title.
So Hulu is Disney, so I don't know if it'll go there, but that's not happening. As well as the Madam X show from producer Angela Robinson.
Madam X.
I don't know. Don't ask me shit. Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. I just know about Constantine. I really wanted to see more of Matt. Look, after Keanu, we got a little small taste of John Constantine, right? Yeah. Matt Ryan came in and became everything that Constantine was, except for the cigarette smoking, because it's a CW.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did it first. At first, it was on like FX or something.
It was on NBC. When he was on NBC, he was able to do it. But then
when they went to CW, they took it away.
And so, but still, he was John Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it is great to see Keanu come back. I hope this sequel does amazingly. Just don't give me Tilda Swinton anymore, and I'm fine. I'm fine. But that in itself was like, so your thoughts real quick?
Yeah, that I was so excited about that, but I guess I just didn't look in big enough to see that they had to cancel that one. That really does suck because you're right. I did love him. And when they brought him back for Legends, I thought it was fantastic. He was a great fit on there. I hated when they changed him up and he wasn't Constantine anymore. That's when I kind of started saying, all right, this is not the same. But the animated ones with him doing the voice were fantastic as well. So that just sucks to see him go. But I do got to say, I am excited to see Keanu get up there and do another take at this now. With this new Keanu Sans going on, I think this would really be fucking awesome.
It's such a conflict. Because on one hand, you want to see Keanu do Constantine again.
Yeah. I don't see why they can't let both of them run.
Because that's the way, the most ass-backwards way that Warner Brothers Discovery is right now.
Yeah.
It seems to be. But I want to get through all that because I'm finna get to something, but I'm just gonna say it's gonna piss everybody off. Ezra Miller, there's a latest expose that is dropped in Vanity Fair, and it exposes NDAs, alleged grooming, and reshoots on the DC Comics movie. So there you can find it on Vanity Fair, read the whole thing for context, because there's a lot. Okay. Okay. So Miller uses they, them pronouns. We said that before. Is currently undergoing therapy. Now, it may sound like something cool. It says that on their farm in Vermont, Miller frequently abuses those around them and goes from referring them from themselves to themselves as Jesus unto the devil. Okay. Said Barry Allen has ever been able to pull at it, as Miller has claimed. The Flash is the one who brings the multiverse together, just like Jesus. Now, goes further. Said much of Miller's behavior may be down to them acting out after their parents decided to get divorced. They're 29 years old. and parents got divorced.
Facts.
29. You were grown. The actor is said to have pulled young Toccata Iron Eyes into a bizarre narrative they've created around himself. This is what one source has said according to the article. Quote, Ezra is Jesus, and Toccata is an apocalyptic Native American spider goddess, and their union is supposed to bring about the apocalypse. And that's the quote-unquote real reason everyone is opposed to them being together. Now, Miller is alleged to have groomed a number of people, though is said to have a harem of young women in a quote-unquote a patriarchal dictatorship where Ezra controls all the sex as the man and plays the women against each other, screams at them and belittles them in front of another. Okay? Now, those who know, Miller also says they believe that they're using their gender identity as a weapon, right? This is what they're also feeling that the aforementioned therapy sessions are just an example of Miller playing the system. It goes on with Miller's rep saying, quote, the notion that the Flash was at risk was a wake-up call. Miller is now working with producers to shoot additional scenes for the movie. Fans hoping those will write the troubled star out of the DCU. Now, one of the most unsettling claims comes at the very end of the article from Miller's former fiancée, Erin. And while saying she never suffered any outright abuse during a relationship, it was after they broke up that things turned dark. This is what Erin said, quote, for years, he convinced me and all of our friends that I was abusive. But looking back, I would be calling out his disrespect, and he wouldn't take responsibility and just call me abusive because of my reaction. I could have handled it better. I didn't know the term gaslighting back then. I was emotionally fucked up for years. It's even got further. It says it's hard to come to any other conclusion besides Miller being a damaged individual who's causing harm around them. The site reports that there are a lot of NDAs going around. And what they said, this is what's quoted in the article, quote, in what three sources describe as a whack-a-mole style legal strategy of paying off alleged victims. Warner Brothers and them are paying off Ezra Miller's victims, the ones that have filed lawsuits, had them arrested, to be able to put this shit to bed, quote unquote, to let them go and do this movie. The Flash is set to come out next year on the 23rd of June. I'm gonna say this, and I'll let you have your thought.
Hold on, let me clear one thing up before you say this.
Mm-hmm.
Warner Brothers, as in Warner Brothers Discovery now,
yes,
knows everything and is paying off people.
Pretty much.
This is something that we have figured out that was happening with the past regime.
Right.
They're saying that Zaslav knows this is happening
because they know they don't want to take the L on $200 million. They don't want to take the L on it, quote unquote.
Huh.
I've said this online. I've said this in person to anyone who will hear it, and I will continue to say it now. This is white privilege at its finest. At its finest. Okay? Will Smith just slapped a dude. And Will Smith wasn't arrested. Will Smith is, apologized, all this other shit. Will Smith is a human and all that. And Chris Rock's gonna crack jokes consistently. Dave Chappelle gonna crack jokes, all that. But Will Smith has been blacklisted like a motherfucker since then. Will Smith was never arrested. Will Smith had the one incident in the Oscars, and stop telling me it was on live TV. There have been numerous incidents, with Ezra Miller. And this motherfucker is still
real
incidents. Y'all always, and I say y'all just to use in general, y'all as society, talk about grooming young girls and shit like that. This motherfucker's heavily accused of this. It's been proven. And yet this company is still like, nah, put him in a movie. We got to let this movie come out. This motherfucker's not been arrested. Anything. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, innocent to proven guilty. It's kind of hard to look at this person as innocent. Yeah, that's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now, I understand that the court of public opinion is not a real court. I get that. I say that all the time. But if this was anybody else, especially a black or brown actor or actress, motherfuckers would have had them nailed to the wall.
It wouldn't have even gotten this far.
It wouldn't have gotten this far.
No. The second a girl is taken and missing with someone who's not a white dude, oh my God, they would have fucking slaughtered to find her.
Mm-hmm.
This was just, oh, well, you know, she's technically 17, 18. She's out with them somewhere. We'll find them. And then it just kept going and going and going and going and going. And it's fucking bullshit. And if this is absolutely true, then Zaslav needs to go to jail too. Like,
here's the problem. Here's the problem with the statement, quote unquote, just saying if it is true. And this is not saying I'm not disagreeing with you, but here's the thing, because I know a lot of people say, well, if these all are true, there are way too many police reports on record happening back to back to fucking back for no one.
No, I'm talking about if it's true that Zaslav knows this was going.
Of course, Warner Brothers knows everything. There's no doubt. You're not. You can't. There's no way you can convince me Warner Brothers does not know every single allegation, because guess what? We know every single allegation. Every time this motherfucker's been arrested, every time this motherfucker's been in the news, it has gone viral.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Zaslav knows that Warner Brothers it's Zaslav that's okaying the fact that they're paying off these people. And if that is true, then yes, Zaslav, sorry, dude, like, you gone too. Everyone involved needs to be gone.
Well, when you paying off people, you sign an agreement saying you drop all charges, everything, you don't bring it up no more. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. You have some people who are in a financial bind who see an obscene amount of money presented to them that they would never see that much before again in their life. And so from there, they are just like taking it back, and they have to, you know, they're taking it back and they just got to fucking, you know, go. Right. But at the same time, dog, at the same fucking time, people cannot keep telling me, cannot try to say, well, this isn't really white privilege because there's never been a black actor. Yes, some dude literally commented on one of my on tweets, said, well, you can't say this is white privilege because there's never been a black or brown actor. They would never get the chance to get this far.
Facts.
They would never get the chance to get this fucking far. This is, Ezra Miller was terrorizing Hawaii.
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis. Threw a chair at a motherfucker for singing karaoke at what? A karaoke bar.
Used the phrase, do you know who I am?
Mm-hmm. Told the police, I'm transgender, non-binary, so you can't search me. And the police even said on camera, we tried to do this shit easier a whole lot sooner, a whole lot earlier, but you wanted to make this more difficult. So now this has to go the way we got to make it go. We tried to make this easy on you. And I'm not one to support the police on shit. I'm not.
No, fuck.
But Ezra Miller's behavior lets you know that Ezra Miller is not, that is a fucking menace to society. Yes, did I want to see The Flash? Absolutely I did. But do I think we need to see it now? Absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you number one why. And we can, if you got something to say out there, bro, we can. We can talk about it. Now we can move on. This is why I don't think we need to see it. Because if you want to empower more piece of shit, bullshit, sensitive ass, incel ass dudes to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, you let a summer blockbuster with a motherfucker like that in the league come out. You basically just gave the green light to say, and we already have people, we've got a list of politicians and, you know, high profile individuals who've shown that I can be above the law. And then you're going to have motherfuckers like this. Because I see tweets already. There's people tweets, I stand with Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller is innocent. No, fuck, Ezra Miller is not.
No, he's not.
He's not. So you go ahead, bro.
My biggest problem with not, like, I completely agree. Ezra Miller deserves nothing, no profits from the movie, nothing from the movie. He doesn't need to be in promotions for the movie, nothing. But my problem with not showing it is it's fucking bullshit, and he shouldn't be able to be showcased like that. But
you
what
scrap
about
Batgirl with no fucking problem? You can scrap this shit.
Don't tell me I'm not happy about Batgirl either. But what I'm saying is, what about all the people that have worked so hard? It sucks for everyone in Batgirl. Now there's all these people that worked so hard that did nothing wrong.
No, I agree.
And they're all I feel for them. And so that's
I understand that. We won't see their work. I want
to see their work. I want to see this new girl who plays Supergirl. I was so excited for her, same as I was for Leslie Grace, and it's a situation that just fucking sucks. I don't have the answer. I'm sitting here You know, I don't have the fucking answer. I just know that this shit sucks, man.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. It's terrible. I hate that this is the last fucking story to talk about. It just is so frustrating.
That is
so fucking frustrating. It's just like, yo, this. If it's anybody else, again, Will Smith just smacked the nigga and didn't even smack him hard because he didn't fall.
Also, who gives a shit that he hit? Who gives a shit?
Well, how dare you do that on the Oscars? Okay, cool. As an actor,
you were laughing about it until they started yelling at each other.
No. You were laughing.
Shut the fuck up.
You were laughing about it till your wife looked at you. And
No. I mean, the people who were mad that it happened were laughing until they started yelling at each other.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They wanted him. That's drama. Oh, now I want but now I want to step back and go. Oh, never mind. That was wrong. You shouldn't have done it. Shut the fuck up. You don't give a shit. You ain't him. You don't even know him. You don't know Chris. You don't know nothing. Two people that you don't know and never met got in an argument on TV. It was funny. Move on.
The only person I know out of that whole situation is Chris Rock's brother, Tony. Tony is a friend of mine. And when I tell you Tony went up on stage the next couple of nights was like, this motherfucker hit my fucking brother, B. I was like, yo, where'd that come from? But anyway, that is all, man, that we got for this episode. Season 2, episode 2. They all can't be hilarious leaving out this bitch of the Mad Titan podcast with me and BC. BC, tell the people how they can find you.
You can find me on all social media at TheGrindCalls, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and every Sunday morning on the Lando Project on YouTube. And I got a brand new episode of Rewind Recast up where I recasted Atlantis.
Okay. Also, you can find BC on Pornhub. And,
that is true. I got some Pornhub out there, and we're about to start up. I know Jay's like the OnlyFans for Mad Titan, but I'm thinking OnlyFans for Mad Titan rather than Patreon. I think that's the better idea. We can get some good content. You and me, Jay.
Hey, bro, you don't need to rephrase that because you can't just put that out there like. I'm telling you something. You can't just leave that out there like this. Yeah, we could do OnlyFans. You and me, something specific. What the fuck?
Dude, I was planning a podcast a couple years ago.
No. I was planning years ago. You need to talk about what the fuck you talking about now, bro.
Listen. We was instead of doing a Patreon, we were gonna do OnlyFans. It was gonna be just extra content, but on OnlyFans instead of.
I mean, you can't. That's the thing, though. People forget.
I know, but it was the gimmick. I thought it would be hilarious
because a lot of people think that OnlyFans is solely just for explicit and sexual shit, and it's actually not. No. It's actually not. It just that's what it became known for. Yo, OnlyFans had hit me up a while ago to try to get me on there.
Oh, no shit.
They had actually reached out to me to put like content on there as far as like comedic content and shit like that because they want to try to show that they're more than just
that, yeah.
More than just sexual. And I kind of was like, nah, y'all good. Let God work on y'all. You know what? Let God work on you. So yeah. But thank you as always, bro. See you back here next week. Y'all can find me Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. I put up some nice little reaction reels pretty much every day on Instagram. I try to do 2 to 3 a day. If not, you'll get at least one. Those up there.
Shit's funny, bro.
Thank you, bro. TikTok. I'm trying to figure out how to repurpose TikTok because TikToking while black is not a good thing. TikToking while black is not a good thing. Also, if you want to support, you can join the Supervillain Squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. And for those who are at my special $25 tier, it's my Supervillain Squad. No, that's my one-on-one with the Supervillain tier. Excuse me. That is where we talk for about 35, 45 minutes about whatever it is you want to talk about. And the videos are up in the Patreon. You got to be a member of that. You can join the Discord, etc., etc. Shouts out to all the members of the squad. Let me go through these names real quick. So all the people at the one-on-one level. Let me get this out there. Alberto Rios, Bobby McMillan, Chauncey Woodson, Chris Lee, Jolene, Luke Sergers, and Jim Payne. I need Luke and Jim. I need y'all to schedule it. The link that I sent y'all will take you to the scheduler. When you see the link, just click on that link and schedule it. Do that. Now, for everybody else's part of the squad, Alberto Rios, I already said your name. I said twice. See, Spring Special. Azor, Brock Severson, Cheryl Corbin, Dan Bibby, David Adams, Fable Cantina, Billboard Pockets, Fred Castillo, Greg Morris, Hillary Nelms, Justin Square, Curcio Laveria, Marcus Burden, and Patrick Hardy. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with your boy. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody again who showed the love Jimmy Garoppolo is scoring all the touchdowns. He is like, you bitches, now you need me, don't you? Everybody show love with American Gigolo, like I said. Another episode, I'll be in episode 3. And then I'll let y'all know what other episode I am in after that, because it's 8 episodes and I'm in a third of the season. So that is the thing. And also doesn't mean that I got money. Just so y'all know. That's why I need this. All right. Well, I'll let y'all next week. Till then, take care. Bye.